So moving along with this project, there are only a few blocks left before we finish it. This month it's about the home office, and it's a relatively easy block actually. We do have a couple of large pieces, and as I have done in other cases, I mean in some I have done these different pieces from different fabrics. In this case I decided, because of time constraints this month, to just do one piece, and I have drawn the lines for this, and I will be stitching along these lines too to just give it better definition. And then again, I've just put strips around the edges to avoid having all of this glue in the middle of the piece. Okay. Then these pieces are also actually large enough to applique on their own. We do have some very small pieces like this one, and then of course these are very, very thin pieces, so I would recommend that you actually embroider them. Anything like that, I always recommend that you embroider, but these are still very small pieces. So what I decided was just also, again, for time, because of the time constraints, what I have done again is just traced a lot of these pieces onto white fabric so that I can just color them. I'm going to be using fabric markers to color these in, and then to be able to cut the whole piece as one piece put together instead of all these little individual pieces. So that's the way I'm going to be dealing with this, and we'll see if there are any other comments as we go along. I mean, there are things like the clock here, that it is just that, once again, this white piece of fabric. All I will do here is to draw in the edge, the black edge, and then use the fabric marker to define the numbers. So let's get started. Okay, so here's the finished block. Actually, a pretty easy block altogether. The only challenges, I guess, were here, the pencils in this thing. But even this little flower, you just go slow, and that was okay. One thing I wanted to point out is that by drawing these pieces onto the white fabric and coloring it in, and then cutting, actually I was able to do this all with fabric. On the pattern I do indicate that these are so narrow that you might want to embroider this. But by drawing the whole thing out, coloring it, I was able to do it as one piece. And so appliquing it also was pretty easy. So what I did here was just zigzag over the narrow strips. And that's it. So this is this block coming to a close pretty soon. We just have 2 or 3 more blocks left before we finish this project. I hope you've enjoyed this. Thank you for watching.